Hey guys, so everything's gone a bit crazy the past week or so. This video is one that I've been thinking quite a lot about. I mean, up until this point, I've been making videos about what I've been learning as I've been learning it, and I've learned something else now that I'm still trying to get my head around myself. So in my videos I've kind of made clear that we've already established, in fact, that when we're born and registered, the government have created a false identity for us that they own and they control. And over the course of our life and our education and stuff, we're forced and taught to believe that we are this person. Now, in doing that, in the system doing this, they are forcing us to commit fraud because we are accepting to be something separate from our true self, separate from what our creator made us. We're forced into believing that we are this legal person and we have to do all these things that these other humans have said we have to do. Now, this isn't the case by any means. I mean, for me, that I still am getting my head around that, because first of all, I just thought, okay, I know I'm not this person. I know that they've created it, and I know who I am. I know it's not me. But taking it to another level now and actually looking at in what consequences there is for humanity and them forcing this on us. This is where the servitude, the slavery, and it's almost willful slavery, because people think that they are this person, so they think they're obliged to do it. So I've had a lot of comments and stuff about taxes. I mean, my documents now in the past week have had 20,000 downloads off my link. That's not counting the shares. So that's a lot of people now have got this knowledge. So another thing that I've learned now is this, with this knowledge is coming great responsibility. This is a spiritual contract we're being offered now with this knowledge, okay? If we know now and we accept that this has been created, that it's not us, what they've made is a fiction and it's not us, okay? If we continue to be this person and to follow their rules, we are willfully consenting to fraud then, which is a crime, and we are liable to prosecution for it. So we have to, it's scary, isn't it, when we think about this is kind of what we're up against, and I'm not going to lie and say I'm not scared to do this. I feel compelled to do this. I feel like now I have this knowledge, I cannot go back to living the life I was before. It can't happen. I know a lot of other people feel the same, having read the documents, realised what's really going on, what's happening. So, I mean, for anyone that hasn't downloaded the documents yet, I strongly recommend you do it. This information is going to change the world. This is where our power lies. This is the key to our freedom. The next thing I wanted to talk about is something that's been on my mind. It's a very delicate subject. I personally haven't watched television now for about 2 years. So I don't get any of my world news from mainstream media. I get all of mine from the internet. Now, with that, I'm seeing graphic images of the atrocities that are happening around the world that the mainstream media will not report on. Now, in having found this information out, I've withdrawn my tax contributions to the UK government, because I understand that as taxpayers, if we believe our government are using our money to fund illegal wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and Libya, which they are, we have a lawful duty under the laws of war to refuse to pay tax. Now, this is called a lawful tax rebellion, and I have documents from Chris Coverdale's website, Make Wars History. I strongly advise everyone reads these documents, because if we all do this, we can stop the murder and the genocide that's going on in the Middle East. Now, because I don't watch mainstream media, I don't read newspapers and magazines and stuff like that, I don't have any of the conditioning that a lot of society have towards Islam and Muslims. I see all nations on this planet as our brothers and sisters. I hate to think that people's opinion is being manipulated by an elite small group of people that don't have our best interests at heart, that want us to feel totally separate from these people that this is happening to. And I don't feel separate from them. I feel very connected to it. I get very upset about it. It's brought me to tears many a times when I've seen things and read things that there's just no excuse for it. And I know that it's not something that people like to talk about, and it is very difficult and it is very delicate, but we need to do something about this now, guys, because we've got too much evidence, video, graphic evidence of children and women and students, and it's not acceptable. And if we're condoning this and through silence, by not doing anything, we're allowing this to happen and to continue. And this isn't fair now. This is just getting ridiculous. I mean, the street cleaning in Brazil for the World Cup. I refuse to watch the World Cup, although I hate football anyway. I saw posts online about Brazilian police Facebook websites that had been bragging about going into the favelas in Brazil, which is like the shanty towns where a lot of homeless children, street kids live, and literally shooting them down to clean up the streets for the World Cup so that there's not homeless kids begging and stuff. And you can't do that. There's no justification for that. What, because they're going to make a couple of $1 billion or pounds or whatever on the World Cup, you think you can justify killing children? So this has to stop. This has to stop now. And we have the internet. Turn off the TV. Okay, it's conditioning you, it's brainwashing you and desensitizing your mind into thinking that these things are acceptable, that they're justified and that they're needed. We know, okay, under the laws of war, it is not lawful to wage a war of aggression unless in defense after we have been attacked. Everyone in this country knows that no Iraqi or no Afghan has ever attacked us in this country. We know this. So what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? These people in the army have sworn their soul in an oath that they think they've sworn to the Queen. They have actually sworn their living soul to the Crown Corporation. Because it's a corporation, it's a fiction. That means they have become dead by consent. Their soul doesn't matter. They just follow orders. What have we come to? Like, think about this, guys. Fuck EastEnders. Fuck Hollyoaks. Fuck those stupid Only Way is Essex idiots. Stop making stupid people famous. Turn off your TV. Get to your internet. Find out who you really are, what you believe in, what you're here for, and stand up for it. Because what else are we going to do? If we don't do it now, we're going to lose. Humanity is going to lose to machines, to corporations. And we're going to lose the soul of our existence. God, this is deep. So deep. But what I have learned through all this is how many people actually are awake and how we have got hurdles to jump over. Because, I mean, like, for example, I can only accept 5,000 friend requests. I know I've had a whole lot more than that. But they don't want big groups of like-minded minds getting together because we will revolutionise. We need to find a way to unite on a single site. I mean, follow my public posts and stuff, by all means. I just can't accept any more friend requests at the moment. But I mean, I've got some of the greatest minds on the planet on my page right now discussing revolutionary ideas. This knowledge is going to change the world. We need to get it out there. Share, share, share. Read, read, read. I'm going to post documents again for anyone that hasn't got them. The tax rebellion form will be in there as well. There is one to give to your employer as well, so you can get your employer on side. These are all from the makewallshistory.co.uk website. They're all free templates that you download and personalise. Check out that website, guys, because Chris Coverdale I have the most respect for this man, because this is one of the most painful subjects for anyone to read and look into, because it's awful. And you have to have a strong heart to be able to do this one. But I have the most respect for him. He's detailed how the governments are committing these crimes. He suggested that we report the crimes to the police. I attempted to do this. I posted a video about it a couple of months ago. It didn't go well. I haven't heard anything back from them. But I mean, if we all do this, if we all lawfully rebel to pay our taxes, they are going to have to listen to us, and they're going to have to stop the killing. Because I can't do anything else but what I've done and tell you how I've done it. I mean, I don't claim to have all the answers. I can't say I've done this and I can change the world, because I can't make those promises. All I can say is this is what I'm doing from my heart. This is what feels right for me. It's working so far. I'm not paying any taxes. Obviously, there are hidden taxes on everything we buy, which we can't get around, okay? But the main taxes for employers, for council tax and parking tickets and any fines and stuff, just stop paying them. Or you pay them into escrow accounts, which will be organised, do you know what I mean, when we get to that stage. At the moment, everyone download the documents, print them off, read them. It's really important to read them, because once you've got this understanding, they have to act based on our understanding. If we can get everybody to the understanding that we are not this legal fiction that they've created, and if we accept to be it, we are committing fraud, I think we're going to find that things change very, very quickly. So I'll post the documents now. I hope everyone is happy with that. If you've got questions and comments, which I know you will, because you're all fantastic and I love your minds, so yeah, let's do this. We're changing the world.